Okay. Hi. Hello, hello. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Can you hear my son? He's on PlayStation. I told him to be a little bit quiet, but it's Friday. He gets way too excited. Hi, you guys. Hi, hi. Hi, you guys. I hope you guys are having a good evening. Let me get this all set up real quick. Oh, there. Now I can see your guys' names better. Queen Bee, Amanda, Rosie, CJ, Happy Heart, Steph Alley. Hi, you guys. Hi, Erica. Awesome. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Friday. Hi, Pamela. Okay. So I wanted to come on. Forgive me. I'm just fixing this right now on my laptop. Oh, it's Norma. Thank you for clarifying. Hi, honey. Hi, Brittany. Blessings to you too, Queen Bee. Thank you, thank you. High hopes and joy. We'll just wait for a couple more people. So it's late, obviously. I live on the West Coast, so if it's late for me, I'm sure it's late for a lot of y'all too. It's 10:19 for me. So hi, Celestial Goddess, Renata, Kelly. Anyways, I was gonna go to bed. My son's playing, it's Friday, my kids are doing their own thing, and I got all ready for bed. I'm in my jammies, and I was just thinking and praying, and I actually opened up my mom's Bible. I've been into that lately instead of mine, because I found, I posted it on my Instagram, but I found like actual verses missing from my Bible, which you guys already know that I'm like, that's like the stuff I always talk about. And so when I compared it to older family Bibles from like 40, 50, 60 years ago, those verses are in there. So I'm like, I haven't touched my Bible in a while. I've been using the older ones because now I'm like, oh, they took out important stuff. And that just irks my soul because we all know how they like to mess with the truth. But so anyways, long story short, I was sitting in my bed and I had this overwhelming surge of energy to get on live and do a reading for you guys. And what I heard when I was praying and what I saw was that the battle is already won. And we know this, right? We're taught this from a young age and we know this. But then as we go through difficult situations and trials and tribulations, we forget when we're in it that it's already won. And so we oftentimes can get really caught up. And the vision that I was given was, I was shown a person who is lost in time in their own mind. They're not present with where they are right now and what's happening because they're so concerned over the battle that they have already gone through and come out of, but yet they're still living in it. And I don't know if this is because you're looking for someone to take accountability, or, you know, we all have our own personal reasons as to why we struggle with letting go of things. The good news is anything that you're holding on to, that you're having trouble with letting go of, it's a direct correlation to whatever you need to heal and some type of trauma or trigger that you need to address, right? So as soon as you can recognize, like, I'm still holding on to something that I probably shouldn't be, then the quicker you can go down the line of that energy to figure out what it's connected to. Then I was also given, and I have some cards out here that I'm going to read to in a minute. I already shuffled, and then we'll work with what's out. I used my big deck, the Work Your Light deck, and the other deck, I can't remember the name of it right now, but both by Rebecca Campbell. So I have like 3 cards out that I pulled out that I'm going to talk to you about in a minute. But it's funny because, of course, they kind of go a little bit with what I was seeing. I think it's kind of like a step ahead of the vision that I was given, which is great because that's what we're needing is guidance. But so there was just this energy of someone who was still stuck or holding on to something. And the process is learning what that trauma is, learning what that trigger is, and why you're having difficulty with letting go. I did say that maybe somebody is struggling because they want someone to take accountability on a situation, or somebody just wants to know why. Like, why was this done to me? Why did someone do this to me? You could be waiting or expecting some type of apology. I'm not quite sure because that energy was kind of mucky. But the key lesson here for you is to let it go with grace, and also to allow it to have had happened. Does that make sense? Like, allow it to be what it is. Don't try to change what has already happened by staying in that moment and repeating that memory over and over and over, or holding on to it because you're trying to get to the bottom of it. The bottom of it is it happened and you have to learn from it so that you don't get in it again, or that you understand how to handle it differently, right? To show your growth. Okay, so the cards that came out were Council of Light, says divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. And then you also had Forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Okay. And then breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. So a lot of times when we are, okay, I have to say something because it's being screamed in my ear right now. You have to forget about time when you're healing. And that's another reason, like, I'm going to jump off topic. Sorry, you guys, it's late and my ADHD is going to have us bouncing, but they're all pertinent. But time doesn't matter. And that's another reason why sometimes the mainstream version of twin flame connections bothers me, because it can really get people lost. Because what ends up happening is sometimes people connect so deeply with the twin flame connection, and it's like you get hung up on time. When, this must be a twin flame, so I know something is going to come to me, and then you get stuck in that. That can get you stuck. That's a negative. And so the key with the twin flame connection is the purpose of a twin flame connection is actually, believe it or not to come into full union. That's not the root, the key of it. The key of a twin flame relationship is for you to come into alignment with yourself. It's for you to fully transcend your obstacles and ascend and close out all of your karma in this lifetime so that you don't have to come back. Yes, can you align with your twin flame and be together in this lifetime? Yes, it's possible. But to hold on to that so deeply, it will definitely create blockages in your journey. It will make it more difficult, because the key is to be free, because unconditional divine love is not holding on to something. It's knowing how to love something exactly for where it's at right then at that moment, and letting it be, and being okay if it's not the time. Because again, time is an illusion, right? So everyone's like, well, when will it happen? Your union will happen when you are in full alignment with whatever God placed in your journey to be your full alignment. Because my full alignment, because remember, we're not going to reach 100% alignment here on earth. That's like, Jesus status. That's not going to happen to us. But there's levels where people can come together in divine union, and my level is going to be different than your level, is going to be different than her level, than his level. Does that make sense to you? So to sit here and want to know when, your answer is when you align where the divine wants you to be, when you've learned enough lessons that you know how to be at center peace right where you are at all times, that you're not trying to control the full journey, that you're not writing everything down in detail. Yeah, you can have a vision board. Absolutely. I have one. And a lot of my things on my vision board have come to fruition, but they came to fruition because I wasn't holding on to it. I was flexible with it. So if I'm going to write something on my vision board, I'm not going to say, like, what can I use? I'm not going to say, I want this human being at this time and I want it like this. That's not feasible. But I can talk about the essence of what it is I'm looking for in my life. Does that make sense? And then it's going to be able to flow freely to me because I don't know where someone else is at on their level. They may tell me so much, but I don't know where they are on the inside. So for me to place my journey, my destination, my goals, my ambition onto something else that's going through their own is going to constantly keep me in a state of wanting it more and being stuck. I have to be free so that I can continue to flow, that I can continue to grow. Does that mean, and a lot of questions I've been getting lately too, I knew we were going to get sidetracked, but that's okay. What happens if I am in a twin flame relationship and they're not ascending? You're going to be met with someone else along the journey who's on the same frequency as you. And as terrifying as it may sound to you right now, you won't know the difference. You'll be so blown away at the connection that you have with the new person that the divine has swapped for that you'll honestly think that you were mistaken and that your person who you thought was your twin is a karmic now, because you'll be meeting someone at the same frequency and vibration. Okay? So I saw that today. But okay, so let's go back to the cards and the vision where I was saying that somebody was still in a battle and spirit was trying to let you know that it's already been won. And that's kind of tricky because remember, our mind creates our reality. And so this is why it's so important on the journey when you're healing and ascending that you're able to differentiate between your mind and your heart, because the key is you want to always be centered in your heart instead of always up here. Because if you're always up here, you're going to find things to nitpick. You're going to find things to keep you stuck. You're going to find reasons to complain. You're going to find reasons to be upset. But if you stay in your heart space, which is difficult when it's new and you're learning, so don't beat yourself up if you're not there yet. And we're human. So again, we're not perfect. You're going to constantly kind of go back and forth. It's a continuous journey of learning and guiding yourself and correcting yourself. But you're going to have these moments where you're going to get frustrated, where you're going to get upset. If you can discipline yourself to bring yourself back down to your heart center when that happens, this journey will become much easier and more peaceful with you and for you. But you're also going to find how much easier and quicker you let go of things, right? Because when you're on this journey, it's like this card, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. You holding on to something and still wanting something to be an exact certain way that you want it is like, it's like you standing in front of God's throne saying, I don't like what your plans are for me. It needs to be like this. That's scary. Could you imagine actually saying that to him? I can't. So if you can think of it, like that, it might help you change your perception on a situation and be able to let go. The more we hold on to something that we're not getting an answer on, the more we're creating a blockage for us. If something isn't giving you an answer, clarity, or a revelation, and you're just holding on to it, it's because you're holding on to something that has expired. Okay. And a lot of times too, what I've noticed is people get very confused between the, and I'm going to use a twin flame for an example, but this can really go for any trauma or any problem. People get the past confused with the person. Okay. So just like you are growing and ascending, you have to come to a space inside of your heart with unconditional love to allow that grace for other people too, even the ones that hurt you and betrayed you, and whoever's still stuck in the past and unable to push through this, you have to get to a point where you accept where that person is right now and allow them the grace to grow and change too. Because if you still keep holding on to this past and say it is a twin flame, and your twin flame comes back to you and you're still seeing them from what you went through with them, you're not going to vibe. You're going to be on different levels because, again, you're bringing something off frequency into the now moment. And so that's why you're going to find yourself stuck. And that's for anything, not just twin flame, but that's for anything in your life. If you're trying to move forward in a situation, you have to release an old frequency before you're going to be able to come into alignment and move forward. Okay. And so that's how we mistakenly get ourselves in a situation where we're controlling something and not letting the divine control it for us, where we're not actually being free, we're not actually letting the divine lead us, we're not actually listening to our intuition. And exactly, I can't see your name, honey. In a daze, forgiveness allows freedom. And that is the truth. This is the thing everyone keeps asking, and I see this all the time. And in a daze, like, that's it. It's that simple. And sometimes I get tired, not of you guys, but it's like I feel like tarot reading can get very repetitive because it's about the cycle of life. But everyone's like, how do I do this? How do I do that? Literally, forgiveness is all you need to know how to do. If you can forgive things, and remember, you guys, forgiveness doesn't mean I forgive you, you treated me like crap, and now you're going to stay in my life forever. No, you can forgive something and release the weight of that energy and still keep a distance from somebody permanently, temporarily, whatever you want. But you can truly be at peace with whatever you've been through if you forgive it. Forgiveness doesn't happen one time. I'm going to tell you right now, I have been in situations where it's taken me a full year of repeatedly telling God, help me forgive this situation. But you do it because you do it for yourself, because you want to set yourself free. And so if you can get to the point where you're constantly praying for forgiveness and giving grace, you've already learned how to make it through this life. You've already learned how to make it through everything. It's literally that simple, but we make it difficult. And so I feel like that's why I was having that vision of someone is still in the battle, but the battle has been won. The battle's already been won from the jump. The moment something happens in your life that you can tell is going to be a trial or a tribulation, you can literally at the beginning of a battle say, it's already been won, and I'm going to forgive it. There's something for me to learn here. I'm going to pay attention, and I'm going to control my emotions. If you can learn how to, that's why you have to be in your heart and not in your head. Because when you're in your head, you're going to fly off the seat of your chair at every little emotion that just flicks you, and you're going to overreact. But if you can be in your heart at all times with that forgiveness and that higher knowing, you'll be able to swallow a lot of those emotions that set you back or create blockages on your journey, okay? So again, with the Council of Light, there's someone here who does feel very alone or has recently felt very alone, maybe even isolated and disconnected from their guides, they're wondering if they have guardian angels, wondering if God can hear your prayers, wondering all of that stuff. And first of all, your prayers are always heard. Second of all, we all have guardian angels that are assigned to us. Some of us from before birth, some family members, friends who pass on while we're here become our guardian angels. People, if people still have karma, like souls, I shouldn't say people, but if souls leave this journey and they're kind of towards the end of their karmic journey and it's not too much left, they actually can decide to work that off on the other side by being a guide or an angel for a family member. And so a lot of you don't realize this, but if you've lost someone who was very close to you and you sense them a lot, or like if you're in a difficult situation and you know without a doubt that you've sensed that person's energy there while you were going through that, that's because they're assigned to help you through difficult situations, to help you become awakened, to help you clear out cycles, okay? All right. What do I want to use? What do I want to use? Where is it? This one. Okay. All right, let's see what's coming in. Also, the forge don't follow. It says, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Okay, so again, that's about letting go of control. There's somebody here who's like, I'm just waiting for a sign. I'm just waiting for a sign. I know I'm going to be ready to make the next move when God tells me, because I've been praying about it, and he's just going to let me know when I need to go. No. You're in a new phase, a new journey, a new cycle. You're co-creating, which means he's already given you the green light as you're healing and ascending. And so when you're ready to go, the moment you sense I should go in this direction, if you shouldn't have confusion. If you have confusion about it, then continue to pray. But if you're in a space where you're like, ooh, I think something is telling me to go over there and do that, go. You have to start taking steps of faith in order to get your next lesson plan. That's how you show your trust and your faith in the divine. We don't show our trust and faith in the Most High by saying, okay, I'm just going to wait. You can do that for certain things, but when you're creating a new journey, a new path, a new life, and you're ascending and you've got new ideas and you might want to move here and maybe I want to go there, you have to listen silently in your heart chakra for that ping, that tug from your intuition of, ooh, that looks good. And then you need to take a leap of faith. He will give you the next plan as you take a step, okay? Step by step. But you need to be the leader. And I want somebody needs to know here that I don't know who this is. And I remember I tapped into this in a sign this week. I don't know what sign this was, what zodiac sign reading this was, but it's coming through really strong right now. There's somebody here who doesn't take the leap of faith they want to take because of the humans around you that don't agree with it. This isn't their path. It's not their journey. Maybe you're worried about conflict. You're worried about how somebody is going to look at you, what they're going to say. They think what you're doing is stupid. It's not going to make you a lot of money. You're not going to be successful. Whoever that's for, whatever. Blow that out your ear. That's baloney. They don't know what God has in store for you. If it's something that you feel in your heart, then that's the direction that you go. Okay? We're not here to follow in everyone's footsteps and to do what everyone else has been doing. We're here to create something different, something new. Bam. I mean, how many of y'all tapped in here have a soulmate connection that you're thinking about? Good Lord. 94 people in here, and this is the first card I pull out. All right. I'm thinking we could do some like really nice, deep karma, soul healing reading, and all of you guys got love on the brain. All right, so we have the Two of Cups here. Two people looking at each other. These two people that I'm looking at right here, they're not in person. No, they're not. Two of Swords on the bottom. Cannot make this up. It's being divinely blocked right now. Four of Cups, Page of Cups, Nine of Wands, Five of Swords. I mean, the Ace of Cups is there and Temperance to heal it. You have the Tower, but that's in some time. That's in some time. Somebody may have lost somebody here. I have the Death card with the Four of Swords. So somebody may be needing to process a pretty big loss. It's a loss of self too. We have newbies here. So there's newbies on the journey, like newly, like you're like in the fresh collective of awakening. That's what I'm tapping into. This is like somebody who's newly discovered this journey, who's newly awakened. Somebody here might be going through the end phase of their very first dark night of the soul. So if that's you, you've come to the right place. We all love you. We've all been through it, and you're going to be okay. All right? Whoever that is, because it's really fresh, especially with the Page of Cups. Okay, so there's a newbie here. Congratulations on that. All right, so we have the Two of Cups here and the Nine of Swords. There's a connection here that right now I feel is in separation. There's some type of spiritual hold, pause, and block on it. And it's, again, it's because it's something that you need to recognize within yourself that you're still blind to. Because somebody here was not listening to where they were being led. You're not always going to go everywhere. A twin flame connection is not, I'm always with my twin flame. We're going to do everything together, and this is the direction we're going to go. you have to allow yourself to be independent and okay with that as well. And so there's somebody here who missed, I'm feeling two things. There's somebody here who missed a divine opportunity that was not related to a relationship. This was like a divine life opportunity, and they may, I mean, it could have been, but I really don't feel that way. I feel like they missed an opportunity because they were too tied up in waiting for something from someone else. And so they've created blockages and offers that were coming to them. And so there's this need to, again, release these blockages so that you can continue forward on your path. If somebody feels stuck here, it's because you're spending too much time worried about when. And you have to take the first steps, and it's going to look different. It's going to look new. And for some of you, it's going to look like you're doing it alone. And you are going to do it alone for a little bit, but that's only to help gain your independence, okay? The Four of Cups, which is what I was just looking at, came out as what's coming towards you. The divine is bringing an opportunity back around, okay? They're bringing an opportunity back around that you may have missed previously in the past, okay? And put the energies where you need to put them, because this is a big collective and I don't know which side all of you are on, okay? So, Four of Cups, this new opportunity that's really an old opportunity is coming back around. It's like Spirit's giving you another chance. But this opportunity that's presenting itself to you, and for some of you, this may be, remember what I said earlier, where if your twin isn't ascending, you're going to be met with somebody who's on the same frequency as you. So keep that in mind. For some of you, that's what this is. It's for sure a soulmate that's coming towards all of you that's on the same frequency, okay? But same lesson, different person is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. But this is a chance for you to do something differently or to do something right. I really don't like to use the word right, but I think you guys know what I mean when I say this. Hey, Jay Aguilar, how are you, hon? So you're going to be utilizing the tools that you've learned from previous experiences to help bring something more into balance in your life. Again, goodness, what do you guys have going on? Collective, you all have so many different stories. Somebody here was talking to two people at once. You got surprised at how strong the connection was with this other person because you really thought it was with the past one. And you may have missed an opportunity with this new person by waiting on the past one. And now you're at a point where you realize this past one isn't coming around. This new opportunity is coming back and you're going to get to invest in it differently. But you have a rat at the bottom, so be careful because there are going to be people that aren't happy about it. Yeah, Page of Swords. There's other people that are watching. There's people that are paying attention to what's going on in your life. Could even just be this soulmate that kind of keeps an eye on you but isn't really communicative, okay? I feel like they can't get their words together. Yeah, Four of Swords. Oh, but they watch you. They watch you. They admire you. But they're keeping to themselves. A lot of decisions here. The number 2 keeps showing up. And 4. A lot of 2s. A lot of decision making about your future, your stability. What is alignment to you? Okay? 7 of Swords is your lesson and your challenge. Okay, I just got like 48 million emotions at one time with that card. I'm going to try to go one by one, not all 48 million, but I'm going to try to go one by one. All right, 7 of Swords. The first thing that came up was somebody's karmic lesson here is about expectations. You place way too many expectations on relationships and other people. And so part of your, and I'm not judging you, so because I've been there, all right? And we all have to go through certain parts and certain whatevers. So you place a lot of expectations on other people in relationships and you end up very disappointed. Okay, and so part of your karmic lesson and what you're learning and going through right now is going into friendships, relationships, any sort of interaction with another human, with no expectations. And that can seem literally impossible if you've never done it before, okay? And that was me 2 years ago. I would have laughed in someone's face. Like, there's no way you can ever do anything in life without an expectation. But aha, there is. I have learned, and it's been very hard, and I've had to bite my tongue a lot in new situations and new friendships or connections. But I've stayed disciplined in it because I wanted to see the outcome and I wanted to see the change. And so I urge you to do the same because this is coming up. So these expectations, you find yourself disappointed. And so it's really just about you allowing people to be who they are. And like I said in the beginning, meeting them where they're at. Observing situations instead of immediately being in your head and connecting everything to the emotion that you're feeling, right? Because sometimes the emotion that you're feeling is not the reality of the situation. It's just all of your hormones and everything flowing through you and confusing you. So that's why it's really important for you to always be in your heart space so that you can see clearly what's really taking place, because your mind will just take you places. Okay, and so you can have a clear view of what's taking place, who somebody is, what their intentions are. Because a lot of times when we're running off of our emotions, we get into a connection and they say, I don't know what they say. They'll say something like, "You're the most beautiful person I've ever seen." Okay, well, you're going to run with that and be like, they're never going to be attracted to anyone else. I'm the most beautiful person they've ever seen. And then you get disappointed when this person is flirting with someone else or liking someone else's pictures because you're like, what the heck? You told me I'm the most beautiful person you've ever seen. Well, okay, no, they were just talking in the moment. Had you not been running off your hormones and your emotions, you may have been able to properly decipher that. And I'm not saying that that's what it is. I'm just trying to give you guys an example, all right? The second thing that I was getting with this Seven of Swords here is besides expectations, there's somebody here who has like serious trust issues. Number one, it's not entirely your fault, but it is your responsibility to heal those trust issues and to not allow yourself to continuously place your trust issues on someone else. Okay? And so the moment somebody doesn't text you back, oh, okay, you don't text me back? Well, I can't talk to you because that means you were doing something because you didn't text. You can't do that. You have to, again, this is about you being at center peace within yourself. Because you're not going to be able to get that soulmate frequency, that relationship that you're looking for, if you're constantly in this low vibrational energy. Okay? So again, and I guess that does kind of, trust issues can kind of tie into expectations, right? There's also someone here who, your struggle here is, don't shoot the messenger. It's just truthful communication. You keep a lot of things in, and now truthful communication can mean a number of things. You may actually lie a lot. Okay, so we already know that that's a problem if that's what it is. You may actually hold back a lot of really pertinent, valuable information that could help your relationships run smoother if you were more forthcoming and authentic in your communication. Okay? So it seems like you only give a little bit and then you're disappointed when people, okay, thank you, Spirit, they're giving me like a whole vision of somebody. So it's like, I don't know how to, I always want to put something in like measurement for people to understand it. But say you're overflowing with emotions for somebody, or like you really feel a connection with this person, but you just, when they come around, you're just like, hey. And you don't ever like take the conversation to next step. You're like, I'll just wait for them. I'll just wait for them to say something. You can't do that. That's not being authentic to yourself. Okay? You have to allow yourself, again, be the leader you wish you had. You're going to have to step outside of the box sometimes. You're going to have to step outside of your comfort zone. If you're trying to reach new levels, you can't stay inside of the same taped area forever and just think that your box moves with you. The box doesn't move up a level. It doesn't, it's not like this big in the box and you go, okay, I'm ready to go to the next level, and the box goes like this. No, the box opens up. That's what happens to the level, right? That's how it goes. It gets bigger, bigger, bigger until you can't see the ends of it anymore. And you can go this way, this way, this way, this way, all around. Okay? It is scary. But guess what? Nothing worth having is going to not be scary. Everything is on the other side of fear. That's where the illusion is. That's why the darkness is so quick to jump on all of us, and also why it's so easy, because we're all terrified to actually go through with it and deal with it. Does that make sense? Yeah, different levels, different devils. That's exactly what it is. And so when you get to those other levels, it doesn't mean it's going to be easy just because you grew. Ooh, I grew, I'm at a new level, no more difficulties. No. Yes, more difficulties. God's expanding you. So you have to be prepared, but everything that you've gone through to get to that level will prepare you for the new devil. You'll have all the tools that you need, so long as you stay here and not here, right? Well, I mean, unless you're in like a chakra, just don't stay in your mind that causes you to be all over the place. All right, so let's get a little bit of, oh wait, let me get the outcome and then we're gonna start clarifying. Man, come on. We start with the Two of Cups and we end with the Eight of Swords. But I do feel like, I don't feel like this is a negative. I mean, I know we don't want to be stuck in a cycle, but I just feel like you're on this journey of really setting yourself free from any type of illusion, lies, perceptions, understanding that's holding you back. And it may tie into or be correlated to a connection where you still are harboring some type of, well, it's got to be expired. If it's keeping you stuck, it's expired. Okay? You guys have to learn how, and it's different for all of us, but you have to learn how to release the energy of a situation, but like, oh, if I say that though, but not the person. Like, you can love someone from afar. I hope that's making sense. I just don't want somebody, I get so many clients that are just holding on for dear life like this to somebody, and they can't figure out why nothing is happening. And because you have to allow that person to go, and still, when you think of them, don't be filled with anxiety and resentment. You have to be filled with peace and like, it's okay. It happened the way it's supposed to happen. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm learning what I need to learn. I'm growing. I'm expanding. You don't want to block your blessings waiting for something that's that part of the energy has expired. Clarify this Two of Cups. Adventure, strategy, and calm. Okay, so I just explained it to you guys. This is a journey. This is a journey, and I feel like you want to have everything planned out, mapped out. You want to know the next step. And so a lot of you, what you're learning is, again, forge, don't follow, be the leader you wish you had, pave a new path. You don't have a map. You don't have a map. You're Dora the Explorer without a map. And that's kind of exciting and kind of sad, because map is really cool, and I love the map song, but you get to go off and explore. You get to create. You get to co-create with the divine in your new energy, in your new growth, in your new life, in your new start, in your new beginning. And you get to be excited about what's coming to you. Okay? This is how you get your passion back. Somebody here's been struggling, like you're missing the zest, you're missing the zeal, and you feel like if I just have this over here, possibly this Two of Cups energy, it'll all come back. Wrong. Spirit's trying to get you in a space where you don't need that to get your zest and your zeal back, that you can find yourself all on your own, all right? It's a journey. This is an adventure. Again, with calm, that's where you're going to find luck. Some of you need to be meditating more, like, it is meditating, but there's somebody here where your vision, oh, okay, I see what it is. It's because you're the leader and you want to have the map. You want to have it all mapped out. So your vision is fuzzy. Like when you try to think ahead about what you want, you can't, it's like blurry in your mind's eye. Okay. And so another reason why everything is on pause for you right now is because Spirit needs you to focus that out. You need to get rid of the blurry. Meditation, prayer, really honing in on what it is that you're looking for in your life. Some of you are just kind of going day by day, like, yeah, I want to be successful. No. What kind of successful? I want to be this type of happy, and I want, but at the same time, be expansive and know that it's not going to be pinpointed. But in order for you to have a clear focus and a clear look at what you want, you have to get pinpointed, while at the same time, simultaneously allowing that pinpoint to expand. Okay? Don't pinpoint and then lie to yourself and get fearful that it's going to get smaller. It doesn't get smaller with the divine, with God, when you pinpoint. It expands bigger than what you want. So again, the battle has already been won. You pinpoint a focus on something and stop shrinking it. Leave it here and know without a shadow of a doubt that you're going to get more than what you bargained for. But you've got to have a starting space. Okay? And so maybe that's what's going on with this strategy here. And I'm going to say something that somebody here does not want to hear. And I think it's more than one person. I think it might be a handful of you. There's somebody here who knows without a doubt that you and this person, whoever this is, are connected spiritually, and you send messages back and forth to each other. That's what's holding you back. This person is only communicating with you in the 5D, and it's preventing you from moving forward. And so you have to make the difficult decision or use your discernment to determine if this is good for you right now or not good for you right now. The way Spirit is showing it to me is there's either going to be a block placed on them, which is why I had the 2 of Swords, to help you get to where you need to get to. They can do it for you, or you're going to have to step up and do it. So it really just depends. If you want it to happen right away, you're going to have to put a block. When you guys do this, you have to understand that nothing is set in stone. Because I really feel like I'm connecting to somebody who's so afraid to stop something, because then it means they're never going to come back. If you're that afraid, first of all, then there's more that you need to work on. But if you're that afraid of losing somebody, you have to learn that nothing is set in stone. Right? God hands us things step by step. And so all you have to do is let yourself understand, I'm not there yet. It doesn't mean it's not for me. I'm just not there yet. Okay? What is this 4 of Cups? Friendship, team, connection, network. Yeah, you missed, there was, like I said, remember I said in the beginning, it was like a missed opportunity maybe outside of this connection. Like you missed it because you were so stuck on something else. But it's coming back around. Justice. There's an opportunity, some type of connection or network that is this person, or it could even be a group, okay? Whatever this opportunity was that was missed is coming back around because its purpose is to help you on your journey, okay? It's to help you on your journey. So try not to miss this new opportunity. It's going to bring you a different experience, a joyful experience. Tell me more about this. Yeah, goal. It's going to help you get to your goal. Purpose, expectation, destination. This is going to help you get to where you want to go. The mainstream, it was really like after COVID that twin flames blew up in the sparkly rainbow unicorn area. And it's not. The whole purpose of a twin flame connection is to bring your inner divine masculine and divine feminine into union. It's for you to expand, ascend, and grow. This person triggers you in soul lessons. They're your mirror. You guys go through things at the same time, separately, together. It's all of that. A lot of people mistake karmic relationships for a twin flame connection, because you think that, and I've said this before, the like pounding, really heavy pull and the aching and the yearning and all, that's not it. That's karma. That's heavy, low, dense energy. A twin flame energy is, yes, it's extremely spiritual. Yes, it's very, very similar to a karmic relationship because you're going to go through a whole bunch of cycles with your twin flame, just like you will go through with your karmic. The difference is there will be a moment where it's not going to be as, it's not going to be as dark and horrific as some of these karmic relationships are that I'm seeing a lot. I see it a lot on YouTube, and other readers will say, like, you know, this is your twin flame. If they're like a full-blown narcissist and not even connected to the divine or praying, and it isn't that's not a lost twin flame. We're talking about people, these are divine beings, okay? And I know sometimes that's like, people get shocked by that, and I've been there too, but we're talking about people that are of light like you, that have made mistakes but still have morals and values, okay? Because it really hurts me when I see people believe someone is their twin flame and you can clearly tell that that person has never operated from a space of light before. Like they have no morals or values. They're continuously hurting people, okay? Because believe it or not, and the more you expand, the more you awaken. And this was one of my hardest lessons to come to terms with. There really are beings on this planet that they're just dark. That is their purpose in this game. They're dark beings, they're not light beings, and they're not going to go into the light. That's not what their purpose is. That's not why they've incarnated here. Okay, and so that's also something that's really challenging and difficult. And as a divine being, a light being, somebody who is of the light, those dark beings come to you like moth to a flame. All right. All right, so we have Page of Swords. So this is what's coming to you, okay? And the intentions of this Four of Cups is the Page of Swords. All right, curious. Ooh. Third wheel and collaboration, which is giving me the same vibe. So hold on. So we're talking about an opportunity coming back around. I feel, like I said, I feel like some of you may have had another person. We had the past situation. We had a new situation. This, again, this could be a group. This could be a friendship. But there's a new opportunity. There's an opportunity that's presenting itself to you. It's giving you a second chance because this group is here. This person is here to help you on your journey reach your goal. Then the intention of that is the Page of Swords with the third wheel and the collaboration. You're going to work with this person. This person may have had you in a third-party situation as well. This is getting weird, but I'm just going with it. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm seeing. It's very specific, so I don't know who this is for. I'm seeing someone who has a connection that they may be in separation with, and we're kind of talking to somebody else. And that new somebody else may have had another person while you are still energetically connected to this other person. But I'm seeing this new energy come forward with another opportunity, another chance where you guys are going to work on something together. Your past person, there's a past energy here who is an enemy. Why, Spirit? Because they were too close. This is somebody who doesn't know how to speak or align with their emotions or speak in their truth. This is another energy. This is this past energy that's coming in that realizes that they missed an opportunity, and they're going to watch you collaborate or work on something with somebody else. This is getting really specific. So I don't know who that's for. But you're going to start working on something or teaming up with a group of people or going into a new connection here. You may have had this person as backup or vice versa. And you're going to go into some type of collaboration with this person, build something with this person. Oh my goodness, that's what's happening. Justice is being served. This is the battle was won. I'm seeing the whole thing right now. Somebody here, whoever I'm connecting to, you went through a hell of a situation with somebody who literally treated you like crap. And they're getting karma because you're about to move forward with something new. That's what it is. And now it's like what you went through with them, they have to watch it with you. They're going to watch you get your blessing. They're going to watch you go through it. What goes around comes around. That's why you have the Seven of Swords here. I would keep your plans, again, strategy. I would keep them to yourself. Self-love. Keep it to yourself. This person, whoever this is, this took a quick turn. This person, they don't like seeing you do better. And the more you keep quiet, the more you keep to yourself, okay? The more you just work on you and don't post everything on social media. And I'm not saying that you do, but don't tell everybody what your next plan is. Don't tell everybody what's going on. And you just are quietly getting everything together. The less they can send negative energy to you, the less they have to talk about, okay? This person is shook that you healed yourself. I feel like somebody came into your life and counted you out, and it may have really started out like a good thing, but what Spirit is showing me is and this is why you have to let go of this connection. Whoever this is that I'm connecting to, that's why you have my will to thy will, because you are holding on to something that is not for you. And whose reading did I say this in this week? When you hold on to something that someone did to you, you are prolonging them receiving their karma. Did you know that? That once you forgive something and let go, you allow that energy to leave, and you allow what is meant for them to get for what they did to you, it comes back. The longer you hold on to it and resent it, the longer they get to go scot-free without receiving anything for the energy that they gave you. You got to release it. This person treated you like crap. So there was a point, like, because inadequacy, it's like this person said and did whatever they could say or do to literally make you feel like you were nothing. It was Taurus. Okay, see, thank you. And Virgo. So see. So, but what I'm saying is, and now it's flipping. And the crazy thing is, this person manipulated themselves, and that's why they're so shocked. Because initially, obviously, if you guys were coming together, this person had feels for you. They liked you. They were attracted to you, whatever. Somewhere along the way, with their negative Nancy attitude and their narcissism, they also convinced themselves to believe all the lies that they were spewing about you. They started to believe it, okay? And some of it was out of jealousy, because I don't know what you do, whoever I'm communicating with here. I don't know what you do, but you get a lot of attention. Or maybe you're just really popular, or you just have like this great personality, but there's something here that you get a different level of attention than this person. And it triggered some type of jealousy inside of them, okay? This person is on a yucky frequency, okay? And anyways, long story short, they for sure didn't think you had the strength to go through whatever it was they put you through. They for sure didn't think that you were going to be able to heal. And I think you also did it silently under the radar, but you did it with grace. And now this person is shook, because I'm seeing a reversal with the energy. You need to just keep moving forward and doing you. Here's the crazy thing, and it kind of goes back to the beginning, what I was talking about. I don't think anybody really knows how much you're still in your head about this situation. I think you do a really good job at playing it off. Okay, and that's why you have the Eight of Swords here. And I feel like that's only because you're at the tail end of this cycle and you're getting ready to release it. And when you're really ready to close out something and let it go, it gets a little bit more hectic in your mind, right? Because that's when the darkness, when all the tricks come out. What can we do to confuse them so that they don't let go? So I feel like that's what's happening. But there's something about you, whoever I'm connecting to, that you persevere through any and everything. And people don't understand why, but it's a little bit of curiosity for you. Like part of you is like, I just want to see what happens, so I'm just going to keep going. And then the other part is, I'm not giving up. I'm not going back to where I was. I'm not about to feel as crappy as I felt in the past. I'm going to keep going forward. There's got to be a light at the end of this tunnel. And that perseverance is what sets you apart from everyone else, because it takes a very different type of soul to get through the type of tribulations and trials that I'm seeing here. Because what I'm seeing, it's making me drip in sweat. And I typically don't sweat when I do readings. You guys see me do this all the time. And so it's like, this was difficult for you. It was a lot of spiritual warfare. You're in such a different place. I just want to like clap my hands for you, because Spirit's showing me, I just went in an energy where my mind all of a sudden felt like it was being wrung by a towel, and then all of a sudden I felt and it opened up. So like you went through something that literally had you feeling like, who am I? Where am I? What is this? I'm losing my mind. I'm crazy. Nothing makes sense. And now where you are when you're out of this connection and you can see it from hindsight, you're like, whoa, what did I just get through? So congratulations to you for staying on that path. Because the only way you could have made it out of this was by connecting with the divine and having a relationship with God. That's the only way that you could have made it out of something like this. Okay? So that's great. But that's also your anchor. That's also your anchor for you to carry through when things start getting difficult and when those new devils come along. So your outcome for this situation is the Eight of Swords. The illusion right now is that you don't think that you fully let go and healed this. The battle's already won. So now the illusion is so simple that you just have to flip a switch and discipline your mind to remind yourself, I'm not in it anymore. I made it out. I'm not in it anymore. Okay? Let's clarify this Eight of Swords. Allow yourself to let go. Allow yourself to let go and go in the new direction and see what comes for you. See what happens. Clarify this Eight of Swords, please. Saving, stress, and then you have luck on the bottom and daydream. You it literally says persevere under saving. Headache, pressure, lack of sleep. That's what this Eight of Swords is. Okay, so, because this isn't often, for some of you, this may happen at night. I feel like you may be able to keep yourself pretty busy during the day because of the progress and the growth that you've made on this journey. But there's some moments here where when you're alone or in silence, and I feel like some of it is at night, where this cycle begins, where the mind starts to race here with the stress card, okay? And here's what Spirit is telling me. I know there's a lot of memories, because what they're showing me right now is it's almost like a very fast forward reel of everything that you've been through with this person. And you know, you're like, what do I do? Do I do this? And and you get agitated, and Spirit wants you to find a way. It's like fishing. They want you to find a way to grab onto something real quick and see what it is. What am I stressed about? What is this one? And then they want you to look at that. So it's like one by one, step by step, grab it and say, okay, what is this? And whatever it is, whatever memory, whatever pain, whatever it's connected to, sit with it. Love it, forgive it, and blow it out. And then if you still can't calm down, go back in that noise. But you have to go in the noise with your heart, or else you're not going to be able to see. And if you don't know how to do that, you can ask Jesus to light the way. He's got the brightest light and the fastest way to show you what's going on inside of your chakras to help you heal. We're just not taught that way to call on him. Okay, but he's got the quickest way and the brightest light. So if that's somebody new who doesn't know how to go fishing and get that, then that's what you have to do. And you have to allow yourself space and grace while you go through this, because the other thing too that's keeping you stuck in this is you want it to happen right away. Give me one more, please, on this Eight of Swords. I just want to say too, with this stress and this saving, like, what are you holding on to painful stuff for? It doesn't feel good. You're stressed out about it. And again, I'm going to reiterate, our mind creates our reality. That's how strong and powerful we are. Okay? And so if your mind creates your reality, that means that you need to feed it positive, fertile thoughts, fertile light, fertile energy that good things can grow from. Don't stunt your growth by staying into, yes, PTSD. And that's hard. That's even more, that's something that I feel you have to have other help with, other people, right? That's a humongous battle. And all prayers to those that are dealing with PTSD. That's a huge mountain to climb. But if you can find, little things that will help you along the way, or have a support group if needed. Yeah, somebody here holds on to a lot of thoughts of feeling like a failure, feeling like you're never going to become anything, feeling like you've lost something, you've made too many mistakes, right? That's what this is. It's like, it's not going to happen for me. I'm not going to get through this. And then you have marionette on the bottom. That's because somebody tried to control your thoughts, control your belief about yourself. They tried to steer you off track. They filled you with lies. This person wanted control. And that's why you have a hard time letting go. But you have to take it one step at a time. You're trying to do too much at once here, okay? You have to take it one step at a time, and you have to allow yourself patience. It goes back to what I was saying in the beginning, where, you want something to happen right away, or you want to know, when is it going to happen? You have to find a way to release the when. The only moment that you ever have is right now. Thank you, Celestial Goddess. It's right now. This is the only moment that you're ever going to have. And so you want to make sure that you're in a good space in those moments, because whatever you create right now will be your future moments as well. And it's about becoming disciplined. Meditation is great because it can teach you how to clear your mind. It's not easy at first. You're going to be all over the place at first, and that's okay. That's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You just have to make the first step. Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Don't keep going back to situations where you felt less than. All of us have been through so much trauma that what I've noticed a lot in the collective is, when we're healing and we're doing better, our go-to is to run back to the painful thing, because we're like, well, we healed, so let me go back to the painful thing right now. Let me get it back. But that painful thing may not be ready for you yet, and it's still going to be painful, and it's still going to be a cycle. For some reason, we have this innate desire to run back to what hurt us because we want it to be different. We want it to be better. But sometimes letting it go and moving in a new direction, that's where the better is. That's where the pain-free is, right? Well, we're always going to run into difficulties, and I don't want to say pain-free and make somebody think like, we're always going to have difficult situations. But don't run back to a pain that you've already gone through over and over. Allow yourself to integrate the lesson and accept it for what it is. Okay? Yeah, it is an abandonment wound for sure, 100%. Let's do... And just a reminder, I know I say this every reading, no judgment. I've been through it all. I've gone back to the crappy, abusive. I've been in the physically abusive relationship. I've been in the mentally, emotionally abusive relationship. I've gone back to it all. I've been a drug addict. I've lost my kids. I've lost my home. I've been it all. Done it all. Been there, done that. You wouldn't think so, but I have. I had somebody tell me the other day, and I love you guys for this. I had somebody comment on a video the other day saying they didn't think I was older than 25. I just want you to know how much I love you, because I'll be 40 in a year and a half. And I'm excited about being 40. I think that's cool. I'm not ashamed. No, I'm not. I promise I'm not. All right, let's do closing messages. Angelite, spiritual or religious community. Join with like-minded people for friendship and increased spiritual growth. All right, so you may be wanting to join new groups. Maybe it's here. Maybe it's with us. I love all of you. We have 122 people in the room, and I love each and every one of you. All right, so maybe you're just looking for people who understand what you're going through. I was born and raised in Michigan, and what I'm talking about, they don't even think is real. All right, so maybe you need to change your group. Hi, Renee. I know, I think I'll still be excited. Tomorrow would have been my mom's 60th birthday, y'all. Tomorrow, she would have been 60. And last year, forgive me, my eye's itching all of a sudden. Last year, I live in Vegas. I don't really tell people that, but I'll tell you guys. So last year, her best friend came up for her last birthday, which I guess they knew. I didn't know. We had just found out 2 weeks prior to her birthday last year that it was stage 4 cancer. Now that it was stage 4, so of course I was still in that like mind frame of, well, she could still beat it. But we went to a lost 80s concert. And like English Beat was there, and I can't remember, there were other names. Oh my gosh. And then there was the one girl. What was the song? Because I got a story. I'm going to share it because it's funny. And Lord forgive me for this, but I think he thought the same thing. But it was that song, what is it? 2 of Hearts? Is that the song? She should not have been there, because that 2 of Hearts, whoever sang the 2 of Hearts, bless her heart and soul. But that was, I don't even want to say anything, because I was just like, ooh, honey, you need to sit down. Do you guys remember the Seinfeld episode where Elaine danced on the dance floor? Anybody remember that? It was that times 1,000. Plus, she looked like she was 94 years old. And it was just, yeah, we were like, what is going on? But it was fun. We cracked up. It was like a great birthday experience to have with my mom. That was her last birthday. And it was great. We love 80s music. That was her favorite, you know. It was really, really funny. We were like, as soon as she came on stage, it was funny because everybody was so excited for her to come out in her song. And like you could feel the energy shift and you could hear it. Everyone got silent. We were like, oh, I don't know if she should be on stage, but it was cool. It was real. It was a sight to see. But it was good. But anyway, so let's see. So spiritual or religious community, let's get closing messages here. We have turquoise, spiritual path. All right, y'all. I love it. Spiritual path. Your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. This is right on. She is 100 years old. See, I'm telling you, and let me tell you, she looked 100 years old. And so, not Queen of Hearts, it was 2 of Hearts, or 2 of, I think was the song. I can't remember. Well, maybe I don't know the name. I just remember the chorus. So necessary life changes. This is what we were talking about. It is not easy to make life changes. Someone said earlier that it was scary. It is scary. It is fearful, and it is painful. But again, anything worth having, you're going to go through difficulties. It's going to be hard. All right, let's get one more, please. Holy Spirit, let's see. Spiritual and religious communities, spiritual path. What else do we have for the collective tuning in here? Watermelon tourmaline, stress reduction. You think with that 8 of Swords? All right, stress reduction. De-stress your mind, body, and schedule, because you need to rest, recharge, and revive. This was the one, I don't know why I never bought this, because I don't know how long some of you guys have been with me, but when I used to work at the crystal store in LA, when I lived in Los Angeles, and my mom helped open the crystal store Briella at the Topanga. If you still live in LA, you should go to the store, the metaphysical store called Briella. It's at the Village in Topanga Canyon. But you know, I would always get crystals there, and the one I always wanted to get was watermelon tourmaline, and I don't know why I never did. I should have. But it says de-stress your mind, body, and schedule as you need rest, recharge, and revive. And then my darlings, how many are in here? 123. Value your self-worth. You are God's precious gem. All right? So love you guys. We're all God's precious gem. Don't forget your self-worth. I got to read this one too because I was saying this earlier. Stay strong in your faith. A positive outcome is dependent on you keeping a positive mindset. Your mind creates your reality. All right? And thank you. I saw someone else gave me a donation. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. You guys, enjoy your Friday night. Tuck yourself in, take a shower, take a bath, do whatever you want to do. But enjoy your Friday night. Say a prayer, meditate, release all of the crap, and know that you are worthy, know that you are safe, know that you're growing, and know that I love you, and I'm so grateful for all of you. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.